Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. So today we're going to be reviewing a sighting from yesterday. There was a few captures from yesterday, but this one I'm just going to upload the full footage of a flock of anomalies. As you can see, there's objects making almost a formation. There's a cluster as well on the left hand side of objects that don't overtake each other, which we'd expect a cluster of balloons to be tumbling and overtaking each other. Each one keeps its own synchronicity about it. As you can see, there's two objects on the right hand side. I believe the white one doesn't have a tether and the orange one did have a tether. Now the sun was setting, I think it was about 7 o'clock, so it was hard to get focus on these objects, so it might be distorted slightly. I was using manual focus, and you'll see throughout the footage me trying to focus the objects as clear as possible. But it was difficult to do. We were going into focus and out of focus, but we did have a difficult job trying to focus here. As you can see, there's actually my line is in the way of them at the moment because they were fairly low, but out into the distance. They didn't seem to be floating upwards. They just travelled off to the right hand side, maintaining altitude. Now, I'm going to upload, we're going to go through the full footage because it's worth watching. As you can see here, there's the cluster, and just keep watching. Watch how these objects move. As I zoom out here, you might start seeing more. When I initially seen it, it just looked like birds. That's what they normally look like when I do see them. Just looked like a load of birds out in the distance, and I thought, well, they seem to be moving highly unusual. And then as I zoom into them, there they are, they were anomalies. And don't forget, I'm bringing these objects to my location by using mirror signaling and summoning, and making observations of the atmosphere. Anyone can do this, and you'll start noticing these objects for yourselves, which is amazing. Anyone can document it. So there is some very interesting parts here. So there's an object, I can't see a tether on this one, a white object. Okay, and there's the cluster. Now, watch what happens. So we zoom in on this cluster, seems to be, is it green, red and white as they move around. I'm trying to set the focus there, trying to get better focus, but as I say, because the sun was going down and the way the atmosphere was at the time, it was a bit distorted. Yeah, here's another cluster on the top, moving past. Now, if they were balloons, they'd be floating upwards. Not floating upwards, they're travelling in a straight trajectory, and the top object's overtaking the bottom. If they're around the same altitude, they should be blowing off together. One shouldn't be slowing down and speeding up. That doesn't make sense. Now, if you keep on watching, we zoom in here, and notice the white object. That was stationary. It just looked like a white ball. That's stationary, it's not moving as the cluster's moving to the right hand side. So one of them objects, if you're going to see the balloons, one of them objects is clearly not a balloon. Even though they're all not balloons. But if you're going to argue, one of them has to not be a balloon, if that makes sense, because it wouldn't be stationary while the others are moving off. You can try and replicate this stuff yourself. Go out and release some balloons and watch how they move. That's the best way to do this. Now, so that's what I have to show you guys and girls. We do have a few more sightings. I'm going to actually cluster together in a video after this, and we'll go through some of the objects that were spotted throughout yesterday, which was quite busy. There seemed to be an hour or two where they were just absolutely everywhere, coming from all sorts of directions. So hope you enjoyed the video, and peace out.